What's up, guys? Welcome back, man, to another episode of the Sim Standard Podcast. Myself, SimFBallCritic, as you know, along with Smitty. And we may or may not have AzureEffect, guys, just depending on his schedule. You guys know that Azure is a teacher, so a lot of times his schedule kind of conflicts with the time of the show. But either way, he's still a part of the crew. And whenever he's able to make it, we're happy to have him. So anyway, guys, we don't have really much to talk about, man, in terms of football. Our teams, obviously, are not in it. They didn't make it. You may hear some background noise here, guys. I got to wash my little 4-year-old's his clothes. So if y'all hear that, excuse that. But it is what it is. We'll talk about a little bit of, I guess we really won't have much to say about football, man. I'll give my quick comments on the AFC Championship game briefly. And, basically the topics that we want to cover tonight, man, is we want to talk about the recent uproar in the competitive Madden community, man. For some of you guys that don't know what we're talking about, we'll go into that. Then we definitely want to talk about, man, the importance of Operation Sports, because I see a lot of things, that's been tweeted to me in a lot of tweet conversations or Twitter conversations, whatever you want to call them, that I don't know. Some people seem like they either don't do their homework or they're really not tuned into what's happening. Because I'm seeing a lot of questions about, does the devs listen to sim guys and this and that and that. And we're going to dive into that because there's a lot that we can build off of that pertaining to Operation Sports and, to me, their importance, to the community as well as just in general. We'll definitely speak on that. But then we want to talk about UFC 3, Smitty and I, fortunate enough, whatever y'all want to call it, being able to be, connected with EA. We get certain benefits and things like that. We're fortunate to have UFC, the full game. And we'll give our quick thoughts on that game and what we like about it so far, et cetera, et cetera. And there you have it. That'll be the show, guys. If we go to 10 o'clock, great. If we don't, we're going to start doing it like that, man. If we're not going to just hold you guys' ear for no reason. If we can't get enough content in to run us to 10 o'clock, we'll end early, but 10 o'clock will always be the goal, man. Like I told you guys, being respectful to my wife and, spending some family time. I'm going to try to cap everything off at 10. So let's get into it, man. I'll give you my quick thoughts really, really quick about the championship games. Wow. I mean, the Eagles, I ain't see that coming. Very funny, man. I mean, watching the game, you saw Minnesota drive down the field, and I've been questioning how good Case Keenum was, and then not in a negative way. I just didn't know, would he still be that guy? Can he still be as consistent as he has been with the offense the further and further they go? And even if they got to the Super Bowl, can he win? I can't put it all on Case Keenum because obviously the Minnesota defense, I never saw that coming. I didn't think Philly would explode like that. But, Minnesota turned into what I thought they would be before they start winning. And let me explain real quick. I thought the Vikings had a solid defense, a phenomenal defense. I mean, I think might have even been the number one defense in the league. But that offense, and I know it's not fair to say this because when the Steelers played them, they just found out that Bradford wasn't going to play. Keenum got put in. But I kind of thought that's how their season would go. Didn't think they would have strong offense. I didn't think they would have strong enough offense to compete. Keenum surprised me, man. The kid was balling. But it kind of, again, I'm not putting it all on him, but I kind of saw what happened in the championship game. Their defense was unable to get stops, and then their offense just couldn't get going against another good defense in Philadelphia, and that's what happened. Now, as far as the AFC, wow. Wow, Jags. You had it. All you had to do was make a few stops. But same thing I'm saying about Case Keenum. Blake Bortles just couldn't provide enough offense. You got to give credit to New England's defense, but Bortles couldn't provide enough offense when it was necessary, and it really pissed me off, to be honest. As y'all see the Steelers stuff here, because it really showed me how pathetic my Steelers defense can be at times. And I told y'all that would happen. I told you I did not trust that defense. And looking at how vanilla the Jags offense was, I was like, wow. The Steelers couldn't stop that just one time, like the Patriots were able to do. It was sad to see that, man. But hey, you know, the Jags offense, they come on, they want, in my opinion, they weren't gonna go win the Super Bowl. And New England being New England did that thing. And I will say this real quick. There was some questionable calls in that game. Absolutely. That pass interference, I don't know, ref. Now, the one that they called on Jalen Ramsey, yeah, you know, that was probably legit. He even admitted as much himself after the game. But the one they called on Bouye down the sideline on Cook with him and Cooks, nah, bro, you let that go. The head-to-head hit to Gronk, that's a penalty, you know, by NFL standards. I get it. But then right after that, you call that PI, and that really got the Patriots going. That was whack. The Miles Jack play, nobody touched him. I'm just saying, you know, they blew it dead, but, you know, maybe they were a little early on the whistle. And now granted, they could have been thinking that, you know, what's his name? Lewis. They could have thought maybe Lewis was down, and that's why the whistle blew. But it's like there were just a couple situations in that game that went against the Jags. And I see somebody already in here saying that was a pass interference. That's your opinion. I don't think it was. But what you cannot dispute is one penalty called on the New England Patriots. And that's happened 5 times this year. I don't know. That's just a little crazy, man. But, hey, we'll see what happens in the Super Bowl. You know, we'll talk a little bit about that next week. I'm not going to dive into that right now, but there it is. That's my quick recollection of the 2 games that I saw. So, Smitty, before we dive into the topics, man, did you have any comments about the 2 games? You know, anything that you liked, you didn't like? Were you surprised by the outcomes?
Excuse me. Not as surprised at all about the New England. Well, I don't say, yeah, not as surprised, but that's New England. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, look, to only have 1 penalty the entire game, that's extremely suspect. 1 penalty the entire game, I don't know about that. You know, and I mean, they're a real good team, don't get me wrong, but you know, that right there, I'd have to put that in the question. But Tom Brady did what he did, man. He put the pass there. My man came down with it, toe tapped on that back, you know, the back of the end zone. I'm like, I was just sitting there watching the drive. I'm like, man, okay, Jaguars are getting it. And I'm just saying I want them to win for the sake of it being somebody else. Brady didn't dominate it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's been to so many of these bowls, and it's like, let's see somebody else get in there. Brady took it downfield, drove downfield, made the play when they needed it. Hey, I can't get mad at that. You know, they did give a heck of an effort. I mean, I got to give it to Bortles, but the thing is, the fact of the matter was the moment of truth was on him, and he never had to rise to the occasion like that.
Right.
So I think the heat of the moment, but even with that, he still threw a good pass that would have put him in position. It's just my man, I can't think of my man's name on New England. Yeah, Gilmore.
Heck of a play,
that's a heck of a, yeah, like, I mean, that's basically you laid all the way out. You know what I'm saying? You laid all the way out to stop that. Now, any other time, if they were standing up and running, or it's very confidently, you could say that the receiver would have came down with it. But in that case scenario, they both laid out. My man laid out just a bit more and stretched up, got it. So I can't get mad at that one, that play. But I would have thought that the Jags would have had another shot at it if they held them down in that 3-down territory, which I thought they had. I mean, they ran the ball 3 times, 3 straight runs. And then that third one, if my man didn't get that chip block around the edge, he would have been stopped short. But still, and oh yeah, on top of that, the kick wasn't that good either.
It was holding on that call, on that play too, and they didn't call it.
See, and they ain't called. See, that's
clear
what I'm saying,
holding,
man.
They clear, and I'm just saying, listen, I'm watching as a fan. I had no dog in the race. I'm just watching like, wow. I mean, listen, like I said, I don't know. Let me say this, Smitty, because I know this is what everybody always goes to. And I mean this. The day that in my heart, I feel like I absolutely know that football is fixed, I'll stop watching. I promise y'all that. Are there conspiracies? Sure. Are there moments that I look at games, multiple games, and I'm like, I mean, just look at the Super Bowl last year. I'll give y'all another one. Some of y'all got to do your history. Remember when the Carolina Panthers was in the Super Bowl the first time? And I've used this example numerous times. Do y'all remember when they were in position to possibly keep a lead? And the kicker kicks the ball so far out of bounds, it didn't even register in the camera. What NFL kicker does that? Think about that now. Kickoff. So far out of bounds that they couldn't even see it in the camera. Like, I mean, it won't even in the field of play, and it went out at like the 2. This dude kicked it out of bounds on like the 50. Remember the last time Cam Newton was in the Super Bowl? We all know him for being a warrior, right? Doing whatever it takes. And you telling me that guy backs away from the ball when it hits the ground? Doesn't make sense to me. If I want to go deeper than that, maybe that's why he was so pissed off at the press conference. I'm just saying. I can feed conspiracy theories because I can see it. But if the day that I really in my heart think that it's fixed, I'm not watching it. I'm not. I'm going to treat it just like I advise people to treat Madden. Stop complaining so much and you're still buying it. Stop playing it. So that's how I feel about football. Is it possible? Yeah, absolutely. But while some of you guys will sit there and say, oh, it's fixed, dog, why are you still being, why, if you really believe that, why do you root for, okay, I'll give y'all a better example. That's why I don't watch wrestling. Now, I know it's a little crazy. And if you like wrestling because of the entertainment value, great. I have no problem with people who like wrestling. But let me tell you why Sim doesn't like wrestling. When I was a kid, I thought wrestling was real. Okay? Me and my mom and family, we used to go to the matches, and we're a little older than some of you guys. We us here, we in our 30s. So I remember Dusty Rhodes and guys like that. Superfly, Jimmy Snuka, you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember these guys. Diamond Dallas Page. Y'all remember Ultimate Warrior? I go back to then. Road Warriors. So we'll go see these guys, right? And as a kid, 8, 9, 10 years old, I'm like, wow, this is amazing. I get a little older, and I find out wrestling is not real. It's entertainment. So for me, I'm like, I can't watch it now. Because if, let's say I'm a fan of The Undertaker, and now I know that it's up to Vince McMahon or whoever else to decide if he wins, that ain't fun for me no more. So I stopped watching it. That was my choice. Y'all see what I'm saying? So that's just how I roll. The day that I really in my heart know or find out it comes out football is fixed, I'm done. I would never watch it again. Because that, to me, that just, no. I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? But just, I didn't mean to go off there, but it's like, again, man, as we continue to do these things and we all start to get older and mature about different things, I just approach things a little differently, man. It's like, and like I said, it kind of stems from this whole Madden stuff. I still don't understand why people can't just not play it. Like, I need to see y'all take a stand. The biggest complainers are the ones who buy the game every single year. Can I see somebody stand up and just not buy it? Let me see you hold true to what you say.
Wow, that's so funny.
Not buy it. But that's just my thoughts on it, man. I didn't mean to go off on a tangent there. What else you had, Smitty, before we dive into the topics?
No, that was pretty much all I had on the game. You know what I'm saying? That was a nice little journey down memory lane there, because I went to one event, one that they had, because they rarely came to Michigan. So it was like, back then when they were really popular. But I got to see Hulk Hogan and Macho Man. So it was like a nice little, decently stacked up card. And I got to see it and everything. And like you, same deal. I was all in, but then I will watch. Once I found out that it was not real, I still watched because I enjoyed the story.
Yeah, that's fine.
You know what I'm saying? Like I was with it, but then it went off the rails for me. That's why I stopped watching, because it's like it went from being organic and naturally evolving to just forced. So I didn't really, at least forced to me. So I haven't watched wrestling in a mighty, mighty long time. But yeah, naming all them dudes from back then. Shoot, I remember just real quick. I remember when Undertaker, before he was Undertaker, he was Mean Mark.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In WCW, and Stunning Steve Austin. You know what I'm saying? He was all about, looking good and everything out there, wrestling and there, all that. He had the hair. This was all before the Stone Cold era and everything. So
yeah. They don't know about that, man. These young chumps. I got 15-year-olds following me. They don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? We got a little. We not old guys, but we got a little. If you 30 or over, you seasoned out here, man. We seen some stuff, man.
Yeah.
If you had a pager, if you had a beeper,
oh man,
or a two-way, holler at your boy. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Young whippersnappers out here.
Yeah, that's that era for real. But yeah, man, but yeah, like I said, the championship game, I just was hoping that it would have been somebody different. You know what I mean? That's all I was looking for. Hopefully somebody different can get it.
Yeah, man.
And it not be the Pats. But Tom Brady, it's like you don't necessarily have to like their team, but you got to respect the talent. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I mean, I can't get mad at the talent. I can't get mad at the team, the way they look. Jimmy Garoppolo's balling, so he's part of that system. Like they're building. Those guys are. He's done a great job. Now, I will say this: if Tom Brady was getting beat up and abused in that pocket over the years and everything, he would have quit. He would have been retired. He still wouldn't be rocking that Pats unit. He would have been gone a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? Because you always having fun when you winning, or when your team is in a position where you can come away with it every year. Look at what's going on with LeBron right now. All that frustration and everything else, because he's got to deal with adversity. See what I'm saying? He doesn't have that. He doesn't have that three punch that he had now. It's gone, and he's banking on Isaiah Thomas, and things don't seem to be so smooth right now. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? They're downplaying Kevin Love, like Kevin Love ain't no good player or anything like that. They're basically hanging him out to dry on their own team. You know what I'm saying? And like what Shannon Sharp said, how you gonna have Derrick Rose? I got to lead the team. I got to get my mind right and all that stuff. This dude come back with dreads, braids, all that stuff, and he still ain't doing nothing for you yet. This cat, Kevin Love, sit out with the flu, and y'all throwing the book at him. That's foul. This dude is a double for you guys every night.
Frustration.
So, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So it's like now you got to deal with some adversity, and now you got because remember, LeBron basically been cruising ever since he left Cleveland the first time. He been cruising. I'm a roll with this big three, and I'm basically been in the finals all these years, and then you go to Cleveland and I'm a roll with these guys. This is what I'm saying. So that's all I'm talking about, man. Like if Tom Brady wasn't able to have that kind of fun like that to prolong his career, that's why LeBron, yes, he's putting up these monstrous numbers, but it's pretty safe to say he would be more on a downturn if he didn't have Kyrie and Kevin Love, and like in Miami, if he didn't have Wade and Bosh to absorb some of that heat that he would have took if it was just him and maybe one other person. Mm-hmm. See what I'm saying? He wouldn't be as durable. So while we all commend, oh man, look at this guy. He's what, 31? Oh man, he should be on a downturn, but he's killing it. I'm like, yeah, he's killing it because he's had luxuries. He's had luxuries of two other star caliber or superstar caliber talents absorbing that heat that he would have took by himself. So that helps a guy prolong his career. So that's what I'm saying. What LeBron's going through right now, I don't know. I don't know if he'll stay in Cleveland or not, but that's the difference between what he got going on and you got 40-year-old, Brady out here hanging, out there getting it in, making drives and stuff like that, game-winning drives and everything. Hey, I mean, I know it's offense and defense, but look what those guys are doing. You know what I'm saying? So can't get mad at that, man. But no, that's all I got, man. We could jump into these topics, bro.
What's up, my man? Tony. He said Tony Atlas.
Tony Atlas.
Man, listen, man. Yeah, it broke my little heart, man. When I found out, man, I was sick. But when you think about it, man, if somebody else said it here in the chat, and not even some of the most like lethal moves we ever seen, just something as simple as the pile driver.
Oh, Coco,
man, you do that to somebody in the street, man. Like, I don't know why. I guess we were young, but if you really think about it, there is no way they could do these things to each other and come back and fight next week if they live. So, I always say wrestling was the little older version of Santa Claus. Like, it took us a little longer.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
A little longer to figure out, okay, the jig is up now.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. But all right, man. Let's jump into these topics. Oh man, where should we begin? But we gotta start off. Let's go ahead and start off with the uproar in the Madden community, man. The competitive Madden community. Now, I might not get the name correct. What's the guy's name, Smitty?
It's your boy Savage.
Yo boy or young boy Savage, something like that.
Boy Savage.
So anyway, this is what happened, guys.
And you know what?
Look, I don't know.
Look, before.
Yeah,
go ahead. No. Go.
No. Go ahead.
Okay, I just want to say real quick. He just dropped a video saying the ugly truth behind EA Sports. How coincidental to do that now. After this was cracks me up, man. But no, go ahead, man. He just dropped the video. I've seen it right here.
I found his name, Yo Boy Savage. Yeah. Now let me get this out there because I know a lot of people watch the show. Listen, I don't know him, and I don't know what took place with him and EA. So let me clear that air. And so, if Yo Boy Savage, if you see this, I'm not coming at you or nothing like that. I'm just a spectator from afar, and I'm just going to give my opinion on the situation. Now, basically, what he said was, he was supposed to compete. I guess they're having a tournament come up this week. There's some tournament guys down there, and let me just say, we're going to get into this too later. Some sim guys lost their mind because there was mention of tourney guys in the studio. But anyway, we'll get into all of that. So, long story short, apparently, and I'm saying apparently, and let's say allegedly, your boy Savage is he sponsors corn selling or what? I don't know. This is what I've been reading. I don't know much about him, but apparently or allegedly, this is what he's known for. And per his video that he put out before this last one, he put out a video a day or two ago, yesterday, I believe. He's basically been disqualified from competitive Madden play. I guess this one tournament. I don't know if it goes any further than that. Just giving you guys the skinny of the situation. So he's been disqualified, but he was there. He's actually in a hotel room that looked familiar to me. I don't know about you, Smitty, but it looked kind of familiar. That looks sort of like the where we stay when we go down there. I don't know if it was for sure, but it looked awfully familiar. But anyway, so he makes a video basically saying they knew about that. They knew who he was. People in the building knew what he did. So why bring him down to disqualify him? On that premise alone, I actually agree with that. If you know what I'm about and you bring me down and then you disqualify me, that's kind of corny to me on EA's part. I don't know if that is what happened. That's what he said. I don't know him. And again, I don't know whoever's in charge of I know Maku is in charge of competitive Madden and all of that, but I don't know who makes decisions, et cetera, et cetera. So my point is, I see everybody going back and forth on Twitter, and like somebody already posted here in the chat, this is why I'm not on social media as much, guys. I just take a peek because we have become this generation of people that everybody is just typing and throwing their opinion in and not even getting the facts. I don't know the situation, but I can look at it from afar and say, okay, that is whack if they knew what he was doing. But at the same time, even if you knew what I was doing, I got to eat that. If it's me, I got to just be like, yeah, well, y'all already knew what it was, and y'all brought me down here. I would say that, but I wouldn't be salty. You understand what I'm saying? I wouldn't walk away from it salty about it when I know, yeah, well, that's against the rules, and okay. Especially when the trip is free. Now, I get it. It's time out of my day. So, I get your boy Savage. I get where he's coming from. Absolutely on that side of it. That's some sucker stuff. If you did bring me down and you knew what I was about, and then you're going to hit me with the disqualification, that's corny. If it went down like that, I got to say I don't like that. But at the same time, because now I'm seeing other stuff, watching people communicate and beef about it, people are saying other things like that wasn't the case and EA didn't know that, et cetera, et cetera. So my whole point is to both of them. EA Sports, you guys, Mark Marcoux and whoever else, if y'all see this, listen, y'all know me. I'm going to speak it how I see it. Y'all is wrong for that. That was very corny. If y'all knew what homeboy was up to and y'all brought him through and then you're going to kick him out, like that's whack. What I would say to your boy Savage, listen, fam, like if that's how you rock, I mean, express yourself, but eat that. Like to me, why now? Like why come out now and expose that? Like to me, that's, y'all know my favorite phrase. That's dun-dun-dun, man. Like to me, you should be who you are from the gate. Like I don't rock with funny stuff from the gate. So if anything is funny, like you will never hear me. If something happens, I get kicked out of game, changes, whatever. Y'all ain't gonna hear me make a video saying, let me tell y'all the truth. And y'all seen that play out before in the past. People have done that. You'll never see me do that. Because if I didn't believe in what guys like Scanterbury say to me, and the relationship I built with him, A-Dub, RG, Rex, Clint, you know what I'm saying? Like Vic Lugo. These guys are, I mean, super cool with Rex, super cool with Clint. But I'm going to keep it all the way 100. I'm super cool with A-Dub, Scant, and Vic Lugo. Because these were the people that we spent time with them outside of just, you know what I'm saying, in the studio. Like these were the guys that we, one time I came down there, me and Scant just went to like Denny's to chill. So I have a slightly deeper relationship with certain people in that building because of the way we rock. Not saying it's no less than Rex. I have a great relationship with Rex, but y'all get what I'm saying. The head bosses are not always the ones that come hang out all the time. If y'all, you know what I'm saying? So that would be very whack on my behalf if I came out later and told y'all, let me tell y'all the real truth. And that's, come on, man. Like if it's funny business to me, I wouldn't even get involved with that, period. Y'all can mark my word on that. The day, I'm telling this right now, and Smitty knows this, and Azure knows this. They know me and I know them. Let us find out there's some shady business going on in EA in terms of us, game changer, whatever. Guess what y'all gonna see? I'm out of there. Because I don't get down like that. You feel what I'm saying? Like it ain't that important. If I find out there's some funniness that I just don't rock with, that'd be the day I walk away from it. So what I'm saying to him is like, dude, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't play the exposed game after the fact. Now, granted, I didn't watch his last video, so I'm just speaking blindly here, but I'm just saying, I think it was corny on both sides at the end of the day, because there's been other people in the community that I've seen, I won't say names, that'll go there, and then as soon as they come back, they whack, I don't get that, and they ain't never been back, but they told their truth, so I respect that. whatever experience they had with the EA folks, they didn't like it, and they ain't come back. And they wasn't afraid to say, look, I ain't like this, I ain't like that. And that's, to me, keeping it real. And to me, when you come from left, when you come out now, you speaking after something go wrong, I don't feel that. I don't feel that. And y'all know that's the same way I felt when there was a situation between us and somebody else. And I hate to bring up old stuff, but y'all saw how that went a couple years back, and talking negatively about us and the game. Like, oh, but you was rocking for years. Now all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? So that's just my point of view of it, Smitty. I love to hear what you got to say about it. What's your thoughts on that whole situation and how this whole uproar in the community amongst people discussing it? Yo, Smitty, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
No, I didn't know if maybe you was on mute.
Oh yeah, no, I'm listening. I'm sorry. No, like what you had said in the past, like we talked, like we had dealt with in the past. There's, it's not all about when the situation hits you dead on, but what you do after the fact. And what I say, it's kind of like the Kobe and the whole, like I said, this is extreme, but it's like Kobe with the whole Eagle Colorado situation. It's like when he gets caught, even though NBA players cheat, they're like, dang, man, Kobe, you jacked up. Man, you shouldn't have did that. You see what I'm saying? It's like, but you got caught for something that you've been doing. You know what I'm saying? And even I listened to the little video that was on Twitter and everything the other day.
It did like Shaq, it just paid him off.
Yeah.
Kobe. That's what I'm saying, dog. Kobe, he took a little piece out of me when he said that. I was like, oh, Kobe, stop, man.
Yeah. So it's like when they chose to do that, when he chose to do that and go in, and now he done made a video and talking about, oh, let me go into the corruption. So now's the time to go in after you done got caught and you got called out for it. But thing is, you could have got caught, called out for it, and left it right there. But you chose to make it something more. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, obviously, he's an opportunist. He's up here cheating, getting coins and all that stuff. But he's like, I'm not going to tell on other people, even though there's other guys down here that I know that are doing it. And it's like, well, dang, okay. So now it's like you didn't air anybody out yet, but that's the key word, yet. If he feels a certain way, he may mess around and do that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the culture that he's mixing with. And I'm like, that's corny to me, though. That's corny to me, if that's what you're gonna do. So, I don't have a ton to say in regards to that, but like what Kia just said, he knew what he was doing there.
It's about integrity on both sides, guys. That's what we're trying to say. Because Smitty, I just wanted to jump in real quick because I've learned this from as long as we've been doing this podcast, and I've learned that sometimes people will take just one little piece of what you said, or they try to, oh, I'm only gonna say that part that he said and not say the rest. What we're trying to say as a whole is it's whack on both sides, because it's about integrity at the end of the I guess what I'm saying, and again, I don't know Savage. Apparently he's a lot of follow. I don't know him. So I'm not speaking on his behalf in that regard, but apparently he has a lot of followers. He's big time on YouTube. Great. My thing is the integrity piece of it is like, don't, like Smitty said, don't now, oh, I could do this. I could. Why all that? You're supposed to just eat that. I mean, just let it be. Vent your frustration, but let it rock. And also, here's the people that I really want to talk about: the Twitter stuff. Why does this have to be exposed? Is my question. What's the goal? Because to me, I come from an era where whatever the situation is, I'm hollering at you. I don't need no validation. I don't need the peanut gallery to get behind me. I don't need that. And that's what this, and again, I don't know dude from Adam. I'm just saying. It's the same thing I tell even family members, right? And listen, if I'm talking about some of you guys, listen, it is what it is. Y'all know me. I have family members that this is what they do, right? They type, they might put on Facebook, oh man, my day is so bad. I just can't take it today. I really need, you know what they're doing? They want somebody to ask them what's wrong. They want somebody to ask them. That's the only reason why they're saying that. So then as soon as somebody asks, then it's this long thread. And what I'm saying is like, yo, why do we need all of this validation?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you just handle that with them? And because then you look like the bigger man in the deal. Because what we always say, the reason why I got off of Twitter is, I'm still on, but the reason why I don't engage no more, because from a distance, people don't know who's who. I don't know who the fool is. You know what I mean? So it's like things are going to expose itself. You don't have to, you know what I'm saying, be the first one to jump out there. Man, let me expose. I just don't get that kind of behavior. That ain't the cloth I'm cut from. That's all I'm saying.
But also understand, this is another thing to understand. He's not the only one that's done like these kind of videos. There were other guys that I see, following the Mutt crowd, following some people in the Mutt crowd. You see some of these tweets, and I see these videos and stuff like that. And it's like when people get banned, or they get banned by EA for getting caught for selling coins or something like that, all of a sudden now it's time to expose. All of a sudden, now it's time to do all that. But you weren't doing any of it before. But then as soon as you get caught, it's like you decided to commit crime. You know what I'm saying? And then you get caught. And now you want to be Mr. Good do-gooder, like, oh, well, you know what? It was wrong for me, but they did it too. So they bad as well. Man, I'm telling you, EA, they this horrible company because of it.
Snitching, baby.
Bruh. You like, man, okay.
I come from an era. That's all I'm saying, man. A lot of you guys, I know they read between the lines when I say stuff like I just come from an era. That sounds like dry snitching to me, bro. I'm just saying.
No, they're blatantly doing it. They calling out. I mean, up here all of a sudden, some of these cats, they naming names when they ain't said nothing for years. All of a sudden, naming dudes names and stuff. See,
loose lips.
You bringing up dudes. You saying, hey, there's guys at the tournament right now that do the same thing I got caught for. So you look at the list of people who are down there and you like, dang, so these people cheating. It's just a matter of time before you find out who, if it comes out. But you can look at these people and say, oh, they ain't valid. They ain't official.
It's easy to tell. It can't be no more than, I'm just guessing, 12 people.
Yeah, it's like, they tweeted out earlier, like when they first got there, they tweeted out all the Twitter handles of all the people that are going to be there. So it's like, if you're doing that, come on. See, that's what I'm saying. That's the coward movement. Some people giving them props, like saying, oh man, you took a high road. No, he didn't. He took a low road with that garbage. He didn't take it on the chin and keep walking and say, dang, you know what? I jacked up. I got caught for this, that, and the third, but this is what I do anyway. So you know what? I'm just going to be all about it. I mean, look, my man's video it starts off with, let me see, buy Mutt coin. He at buymuttcoins.com. That's in his dang on description of his video talking about the ugly truth about EA Sport. Come on, bro. Like, you're all about this culture, man. And you want to play exposed. And see, like what Sim said, I don't know this cat at all. I don't know him from nothing. But I'm just saying this behavior is corny. It's like, okay, that's cool. You got something to say, but all that extra stuff, come on, man. That's catty, man. You can't do that garbage, man. You gotta own that L and walk off the set and say, yep, I got caught. Even though they flew me down here and they knew what was up, blah, blah, blah. And like what Sim said, I'm with that too. You shouldn't have took him You shouldn't have had him come in there. I mean, I don't think that would have been the smart move.
Yeah,
to do that. You know, I mean, yeah, cool. Put me up in a hotel room, give me some free food for a few days or whatever amount of time I'm there for. Okay, cool. But at the same time, though, it's like you're taking a hit against my rep to some degree. Because I mean, if you're cheating, you're cheating. And I mean, people in the culture that are deep in that mutt culture, I'm not. But people that are deep in that culture that know that, hey, he's one of those guys. Oh, well, then you one of those guys. You know what I'm saying? And you just got caught. So it's like you just one of those guys that you just so happen to get exposed now or get caught. It's a problem. And that's what I'm saying, man. I didn't see multiple videos from some cats that as soon as they get banned or as soon as they get that they get hit, they don't want to take that. They're gonna take that L. But they're going to start snitching about everybody else. All these other guys you think are do-gooders and stuff. Let me tell you something about them. That's basically the tone of what they're saying. Just like what my man did. He didn't say no names, but that's the tone. It's the same kind of tone. So that's why I'm like, man, that's not a good look. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's wild, Sim. It's wild. And you know what? But see, this is the main thing. This is the other thing too, though. The main thing. I know that Madden is an esport. People are looking at it and saying, you know what? They're trying to do some work. They're trying to become legit in the, in the esports arena and all that stuff. But this is the stuff you got to deal with to get to that point. You think League of Legends ain't had no scandals? As many people play that game and as big. They got packed out stadiums playing that game in Asia and all that stuff carrying on. Yet people do scandalous stuff for that. You see what I'm saying? All these games, people are going to cheat. They're going to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that's
the Patriots. No, I'm just playing. Oh, that was an alley-oop, guys. I had to do it. But hey, I'm pretty sure the Steelers find a way to get an edge. Come on, man. Everybody does it. But with this situation, yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It's all part of the culture. So that's what I'm saying. Like that culture, there's a level of legitimacy and validity. And you also got dudes that cheat at some point, or they cheated their way. But then when they get caught for it and called out on it, then it's like, oh man. They got to give, like, just think if Madden on the big stage and these cats get caught for it. When these dudes get caught, they get hit. So at the end of the day, he's messing himself up by doing that. You know what I'm saying? In the first place. And when you do it and don't take ownership and say, man, you know what? I'm jacking up. I need to get on the right path. Just think if this cat was sponsored. And just think if this dude had a sponsorship by somebody like legitimate for his play. And he gets hit like this, he's done. It's a wrap. He's finished. They're not gonna sit there and say, "Oh, it's okay. Oh, it's all right." Like, no, it's done, man. His sponsorship, all that's gone. You're gonna lose all that. So that's what I'm saying, man. That's why I say it's corny, man. Yeah. So
and we sent an invite to his name in here is Angry Nerds 100. I just sent you the invite. It should be an email. He wants to come on and chime in on the situation. And before he comes in, listen, again, just to sum it up, guys, all we're trying to say is, listen, EA, if y'all knew this guy, just like what I see Kia saying, is there's no way they didn't know. That's corny. That's corny to bring him down. You had to know what this guy's about because, I mean, you only hear about people because of their following. So there's no way that you didn't. I listen. I can't say honestly and openly that they knew everything, and my lighting keeps bugging out, guys. So that's why y'all keep seeing me go in different shades, what have you. Sorry for that, but at the end of the day, if y'all knew what this kid was about, that's corny. Why are you gonna bring him in then disqualify? Come on, man. That's whack. But what we're saying on his side. It's cool to be mad at that. If you leave it at that, I have nothing to say. If he would have been like, man, that's crazy. Y'all bring me down. And you know what I'm saying? Oh, now y'all gonna send me home. Y'all knew what I did. Y'all already knew about me. All right, whatever then. Cool. Then I'm rocking with him. Like, yeah, that's kind of whack. But the part that I'm just not feeling is all of the threatening and the name I'm about to say, bruh, stop. That just ain't G, man. I don't know how to relate to that because I'm not from that cloth. Like I always tell you guys, listen, you know, we all have that passes, whatever. And the way how it was with me coming up with my boys, this was the situation. This is a real conversation that we ain't even need to have. When everybody was doing things, you know what I'm saying, that was just being young and dumb, our motto was this: if I'm with you, I'm with you. If me and Smitty and Azure is doing something and I know what they're doing, we get caught, we all gone. That's how it go. However, if Smitty picks me up and I'm just riding, I don't know nothing. He ain't telling me nothing. He just jumps in the car and ride off. Hold on, Sim, I'll be right back. Go pops 2 cats in the head, jump back in the car, and he ain't tell me nothing. That's a whole different story. And I'm like, oh, you ain't even let me know what it was. But when you went, I guess I say that's a long way of me basically saying that telling stuff, and that's dog. I don't know how that works. I'm not from that. I don't get that. Oh, I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna say that. Like, come on, man. That's and like we said, you are responsible for this is what you do. So be mad at them bringing you down. That was a black move. But other than that, hey man, you got to take it. But anyway, guys, we got misplaced his name again. Angry Nerds 100 from here in the chat. He definitely wants to chime in on the situation. We welcome you, man, to the show. All you have to do is just go ahead and unmute and have at it, man. Whatever you got for us. It won't let me unmute you for whatever reason. Google Hangout, y'all got to fix that. So you're going to have to unmute from your side. If you can hear me.
Hey.
Oh, there he is. Okay, you got to chill out with all of that. Yeah, see you later, bro. Goodbye. I don't know what that was. Let me get Smitty back in here, man. Look like Smitty dropped off. I'm going to send him his invite. I don't know what your boy there was doing. If that was a mistake, please put that in the chat. But I don't know. He was wilding right there. So we're going to move on past that. But anyway, guys, while I wait to get Smitty back in here, definitely want to talk a little bit about here the next topic. The importance of operations. Now, let me explain something, guys. Operation Sports plays a big role in getting the temperature of the community. Now, what I mean by that is we all know a lot of people on Operation Sports is sim guys. You know, most of us are sim heavy, the guys who are deep into depth and not just gameplay, but, you know, CFM and things of that nature. And then, you know, I'm sure there's other communities that frequent Operation Sports as well. So I don't want to, you know, just hold it to just, you know, what we do as far as the sim guys. But, oh, look at this guy. What a troll, bro. This guy. I love it, though. See, when you get stuff like that, man, you're obviously doing something right. So whatever. I love this dude, man, for keep coming in here. We're going to go ahead and allow him to keep coming in. Because, again, man, the more you do that, it makes it funny for us. We just laugh at you. We don't sweat what you're doing. Ha, 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 it's funny. You know, you're acting just as silly as, you know, anybody else that we reference here doing stupid stuff. But anyway, so Operation Sports, guys, where I'm going with this is
2 ticks in my ass, 3 ticks in my ass, 4 ticks is
here
enough.
he is again, man.
5 ticks.
Oh, God. This guy's crazy, man. So I don't know how to block him and keep him from coming in, man. I don't know. You know, I don't know. I don't know how to do it. Basically, what this guy's doing, let me see if I can block him out of here. There's not a way. The only thing I could do is just continue to eject him. It's not allowing me to just, you know, block him out of the chat or block him out of the Google Hangout. The only way for me to do that is we'd have to start it over, and we're not going to do that. You know, every time he pops up, I'll just delete him, and there you have it. I don't know what happened to Smitty, guys. I've sent Smitty an invite again and again and again, and he doesn't appear to be. You say you can't get in here at all. Let me try sending it to you directly. Give me a second, man. As you can see, guys, technical difficulties. But anyway, Smooth asks, how do you come in? I could definitely bring you in, brother. I just need an email address. I'll shoot you an email, and then, you know, I can bring you in. And that's all we need. So back to what I was saying, guys, about Operation Sports. So where I'm going with all of that is I see a lot of bickering back and forth with people saying that, you know, the devs, they don't listen to any of the sim guys, or not even that. They're going as far as asking Rex, hey, you know, are there any guys that are game changers, that are sim minded and CFM minded, et cetera, et cetera. And it's very interesting to me because I'm like, where are you guys been? You know, because Rex continues to say, yeah, guys like Sim and Smitty and your shop masters of the world and things like that. But the reason why I'm talking about Operation Sports, man, is if you go to their page right now, they've given awards to MLB The Show, NBA 2K, and I might be missing one. Let me go to the website, guys. I promise I have somewhere where I'm going with this. I promise. Y'all just got to bear with me. But basically, I don't understand why the Madden brass don't pay attention to things like Operation Sports. I'm not talking about the devs. But if you look at all of the awards that they're giving out, all of it is in regards to CFM.
We block Smitty on purpose. We block Smitty on purpose. We block Smitty on purpose.
Or anything like that. You know,
Smitty.
All in regards to CFM or connected franchise. So why isn't it that the Madden folks don't get on board with that? You understand what I'm saying? I can see why it causes a conversation. Okay, they had NBA Live. They said NBA Live had one of the best new breakout features, which is the one. And that's also a franchise, a connected franchise or a franchise mode type of situation. And Operation Sports drives that. And if they always say, because I know Rex and them say it, but they always come back and they say, yeah, we look at those things like that. How is it that the people at the top are not viewing the common denominator? All of the top sports games have a phenomenal franchise mode. The franchise mode is the cornerstone of any sports game. Because, of course, you're going to bring in these people that play mud and all of that, et cetera, et cetera. But let's be honest. You're going to get more people that has longevity in your game if you also boost the CFM or the franchise mode. Like I told you guys, my beef is no longer with, and it's never really been with the devs. Once I started understanding how things go down, I'm trying to get at the corporate guys. And I'm actually going to make a video about this. What's the problem? Please explain it to me. All of these other games that are outselling you, well, nah, I can't necessarily say that. I think Madden was the fourth selling game, so I misquoted myself there. But all of these other games that have a phenomenal, fan base or a huge cult following or what have you, and why is that? It's because people mainly talk about franchise mode. That is very interesting to me, and I don't understand why the EA brass can't figure that out for Madden. It's very crazy to me, man. I just don't understand that, man. Let me see if we can get Smitty back in here, guys. And I'm going to check the chat and see what some of you guys are saying here. Having absolutely technical difficulties here. And it's funny, this nerd guy, man. Let me speak on that real quick. This is my exact point, what I said tonight about this is my exact point about social media. This guy takes his time to come on to the show to troll. That is hilarious to me. But listen, you know, everybody, you know, gets their rocks off the way they want to. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time with that. But it's just very amazing to me that these type of situations occur. What was that? DJ just said something. Yeah, Smitty can't get back in, man. That's crazy. So, guys, what I'm gonna do, if y'all don't mind, it's the perfect time, and it's 8:59, so we can come back on, restart the show, and hit the last hour because I can't get Smitty back in here. All right, so we're gonna cut it for now. We'll come right back. So y'all will see us back live here in just a moment. All right, 1 second. We'll be right back.